Hi there and welcome back to Triplicate, and this morning we are going to, I suppose, renew our relationship with the Chinese, or at least those parts of the Chinese responsible for selling and making and exporting cheap electronics. Okay, so the backstory. Okay, I was not happy with the lighting in here to make videos. There wasn't enough of it basically, so I built myself some lights, which you can see they're horribly bleaching out the camera, up atop these hastily constructed wooden stands, and these are just 12 volt LED bulbs, and we can see a mess of connectors here, and somewhere in the back there is a 12 volt power supply, and I chose 12 volts because sorry about the shaky cam, we can use this cheap wire and just little DC power connectors. We don't have to worry about the mains and getting electrocuted, and it works fine, but to my eyes it's a bit yellow. These are warm white bulbs, very warm white as it seems, and this is a sort of yellowy, beigey coloured desk. So I thought I'd replace a couple of these with cool white ones to see if that would just sort of even the lighting up a bit. So I ordered a couple off eBay, and here they are. So should we try one out? And okay, here is one of the lights. As far over as it'll go. Sorry about the bulb bleaching you out. Take the bulbs to the sockets. I think you're supposed to have a window in the front. So let's take that one out. And try this one. Nothing happens. Not a dicky bird. And put that one back in. Yep, it's all still working electrically. So why is that? Well, I already know the answer, and if I turn this over, the answer will become apparent. It says, let's see if I can get the camera to focus on this. "220 to 240 volts. But that is an MR16 base, which, to my understanding, is intended solely for 12 volt lights. So here's what Wikipedia has to say. MR lamps most often operate at 12 volts, although they are available at other voltages, by which they mean 6 or 24. And then it goes on to tell you need a transformer, and then it says down here certain MR lamps can operate directly on the mains voltage. These lamps typically use the GU10 turn and lock base, so they cannot be accidentally interchanged with low voltage lamps. And that is my understanding, that GU10 is mains and MR16 has a different base and is low voltage. Just for reference, here's the GU10 with the tabs, which says AC 100 to 240 volts, which is what I would expect. So I mean, I don't think there's any sort of hard and fast international specification or rules that say you can't make mains voltage MR16s, but it would be absolutely nonsense if you have 12 volt ones and mains ones and you could accidentally plug a 12 volt one into the mains. So I just think this is crazy. I didn't check the voltage because I didn't think they would send anything but 12 volts. So what I really should do at this point is pack them up and send them back and get a refund. However, that wouldn't be any fun, would it? Go on. You know you want to. Damn crash. Stab my fingers. Now that glued in by some what looks like hot melt glue and held in by, you can see that, one small screw. The other one doesn't seem to line up with the hole. And yes, looks like they screwed the screw into hard right. Okay. Flat jeweler screwdriver. Always use the right tool for the right job. This and that. It's not gonna. No. That's it. I'm gonna chew it up. Okay, we've got a selection of screwdrivers. Try that one. Ah, that's got it. That's got it. Take the screw into there. So, out she comes. So, if I can get you to focus on that. So that's a bridge rectifier, because it says live, neutral, plus and minus on it. Those are the LEDs, and that is a little driver chip of some sorts. And oh yes, you can see that is actually bowed in where it's been screwed down. So the board has survived. Okay, so it doesn't work on 12 volts, we know that. But I don't really want to start poking about at it with the mains on it, so shall we see if we can get it working on less than 12, less than mains but more than 12. So I've got the power supply here. Okay, there we go. So that is a bridge rectifier, so it'll work either way, off DC as well off AC. So we'll try it that way around. Let's have a look. So the power's on, so let's wind the voltage up. Sorry, I can't be bothered to set up the other camera to show you the power supply meter. So let's well, that's 30 volts and nothing's happening. I thought it might work at 30 volts, so let's just check. We are getting voltage here, 28 volts there. Alright. Well, next thing, shall we have a look, see what this little driver chip is, and see if we can figure out how the circuit's working. Right, so I scanned the board just so we can have a better look at it. And okay, those are the LEDs. That is a bridge rectifier, an MB10F, which is made by Diodes Inc. and DigiKey sell it if you really want to buy one. And this, I had to look under the microscope to read the part number. This is a CYT1000 AEG, and if we Google that, ignoring the EEGs, just packaging probably, blow me, there it is. That's what it is, and it has a data sheet. There we go. So it's an LED current driver, which has no EMC question. Okay. I shouldn't be rude about Chinese English. Better than my Chinese. So it appears to be two independent current drivers which you set with a resistance, and that is the circuit. So here we go. Minimum, the out input voltage is a minimum of 6.5 volts. Fair enough. And there are 6 white LEDs, which are, I'm guessing, about 1.25 volts, which leaves us thinking it should need a minimum of 2.25 volts. 19.5 to run. Call that another 1.5 for the bridge rectifier. 21 volts. Well, we were putting more than 21 volts into it, so why wasn't it running? Okay, so let's see what we've got here. I hope the camera focus is alright. So this one is I've already checked, that is 0. So if we put this on here, we get 28.5 volts, which is what we expect. So we would have trouble getting the meter under these LEDs, I suspect. Oh no, there we go. So that end of that LED is 28.5 volts. So these around this side are the outputs. So one of these and all of these are 0. Is that across the supply? Yes, 28.5 volts. So what I think I'm going to do now is try connecting some current directly across the LEDs and actually see if the LEDs are running. Okay, apologies for a bit of hand cam. So to get a bit more voltage out, the power supply has a 12 volt 500 milliamp fixed output, which I've wired in series with the normal 30 volt variable output, and between them is my trusty 30-some-year-old Maplin multimeter, which is in 20 milliamps, and I have checked it and it's not horribly inaccurate. So these wires are that sum total of voltage, and they go to here, which are the probes for my normal meter, which is showing 29 and a bit volts. It's turned on. So we can measure the current and voltage across one of these LEDs using the ends of these probes. It's all a bit flaky, but never mind. Okay, so I'm likely to short across the probes and put my hands in front of one of the meters or the LED, but we will try our best. Okay, so we are looking at 26 volts and we get nothing. Now, if I can hold these probes on with one hand and turn the meter up, the power supply up, we'll get nothing there. The very, very faintest of light at 28 volts. And if we turn it up more, so this is the current's in milliamps, so that's only half a milliamp, and that's not bad, just under a milliamp, and it's pretty bright. And it's going to start blinding you guys, isn't it? So there we go, we're getting up to 30 some volts, and it's probably about as bright as it's supposed to be, straight into the camera, so it's not going to help you guys. So there we go, it's a 35 or 6 volt LED, which I have to admit, is a new one on me. I didn't know such things existed. I guess they're good for mains because you don't need so many of them in series, or you don't need to drop so much voltage to power them. Okay, so I've turned the lights off, that's why it's gone dark, and I'm going to connect this across. So that is 28.5 volts and it's barely lit, and this is where it gets tricky. Okay, I'll zoom that in as far as it'll go and still focus. And I can't see on the little screen on the camera, but I can see by eye. You can actually see two little lights come on, and that's the giveaway. They're actually normal LEDs, but lots of them in series on one chip. Okay, so just as a sort of last and final test, shall we see what it does when it's connected to 240 volts, as the circuit is intended to anyway, if not the bulb fitting. So we have here a somewhat dubious lash up with the mains plug on one end and the light on the other. So should we plug it in and turn it on? Okay, there she is, plugged in, and fire her up. There we go. Whoa, that's quite bright, and that's probably completely wash out the camera. Well, there you go, it works well. Oh, that's actually no bad. So there you go. So what do we conclude after all that? Firstly, I still maintain that those bulb fittings should only be used with low voltage, but our Chinese friends will connect anything to anything. If we want to buy the wrong fitting for the mains bulb, that's fine by them. So I now need to order some 12 volt spotlights, and I've taken them apart, so I feel a bit cheeky trying to send them back now, so I'll keep them in these little plates with the lights on, are really bright little mains bulbs, so I shall hold on to them, and you never know, I might want a very flat, thin mains light, and they will get pressed into service. And what else do we conclude? We conclude that you can get 30 some volt LEDs, which I didn't know, which you're all saying, oh, didn't you know that? Well, I didn't. And you can get all sorts of voltages up to mains voltages. So it's been a different little outing into the world of LED lights, and I found it interesting. So on that note, I think we'll call it a day for this video. So yeah, subscribe, comment, thumbs up maybe, and for now it's goodbye from Triplicate, home of interesting electronics. Goodbye.